Hello everyone, it is me, Sonia.elsie here. Welcome back to my channel. First of all guys, I've missed you. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me during my sporadic YouTube upload schedule. I'm not sure why, but sometimes I'm just not the most active on YouTube and life just gets really busy, but I love you guys and yes, I definitely love YouTube so much. I'm very grateful for everybody that tunes in and watches my videos, but for today's video I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of being a vegan for almost 5 years, which is really crazy. I remember when I made a YouTube video talking about me first going vegan, and when I asked you guys on Instagram for questions and topics, a lot of you guys said that you remembered when I first went vegan, so I'm just really honored that a lot of you guys have stuck around for the journey. So yeah, I figured I would make another one of these videos just talking about that because I do get a lot of questions about veganism and people asking me like, why are you vegan? Why have you been vegan for so long? Why are you vegan? And I am here to answer those questions for you guys, just kind of give you a just dump it all in one video. You know, if you want to grab some tea, grab a snack, put this video on in the background of you loading up the dishwasher or something. I don't know, that's what I do when I watch YouTube videos. So do that because this is gonna be a long chit-chatty video. Hopefully I answer some of your questions. Before we get the video started, if you do like my content, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And after you've watched the video or during the video, comment any thoughts that you have. I love having discussions with you guys, answering any kind of questions, all that stuff, so feel free to comment down below as well. And make sure to please follow me on Instagram, sonia.elsie, as well as my TikTok, Sonia.elsie. I also have an ASMR TikTok, which is Sonia.elsie ASMR. If you like ASMR, you know, go over there. If you don't, it's okay, I won't be offended. I know it's not for everybody. So first I wanted to talk about why I decided to go vegan and really what kind of pushed me to go vegan. I've told the story a few times, so I'm just gonna tell it short and sweet. I decided to go vegan just because I had been exposed to it by one of my very good friends who was a vegan at the time, and it really intrigued me, you know, her talking about the food and the lifestyle and just the environmental aspects of it, the animal agriculture aspects of it. And so I was very interested and I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of documentaries and I finally watched this one documentary that changed me, that made me realize, okay, I want to go vegan. This is gross. I can't handle this. And that was Cowspiracy, and I would definitely recommend watching that documentary if you are someone who wants to go vegan, or if you're vegan and you just want to watch it, you haven't seen it. I feel like every vegan I've talked to has watched it, but yeah, that documentary, I watched it and I was just like, you know what, I am good. And some major points in the documentary, I haven't watched it in a while just because I don't really like seeing the animal cruelty. I feel like I've seen it before, I don't need to see it again. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. There are some vegans who believe that you need to watch it constantly to be reminded of it. I know, and that's why I went vegan and I don't want to watch it anymore. So I don't really watch those kinds of documentaries because I just don't want to see it, even though I do think it's important to know. But I watched that documentary. To me, in my mind, I felt like by not being vegan that there was so much unnecessary cruelty and just overall disgustingness that went into the process of making food. Like the fact that in order to enjoy cheese, which is something that I really liked, and still, you know, I eat vegan cheese obviously, the fact that you have to literally impregnate a cow and then wait until the cow gives birth in order to take the milk and use that, to me it just seemed so unnecessary. I'm like, why not do that? Like why not just eat vegan cheese and know that you're not putting an animal through that, you know? And I'm someone who loves animals, so realizing all of this was just, you know, it was a lot. The documentary really delved into that and delved into what the animals go through, you know, showing the footage. And there was one image of like a bloody udder that really stuck with me, that just made me go like, nope, I'm good. I don't need dairy anymore, you know, I'm fine. Let's just move on. Let's just I like almond milk, okay? I can very easily purchase almond milk instead. It's not really that big of a deal. In the back of my mind, I always did know that obviously meat came from an animal, but I just didn't really choose to think of it that way. You know, I was just kind of like, you know, whatever, it's just how it is. So I guess my main reason for going vegan was for, you know, the animal cruelty aspect of it. And then also what Cowspiracy talks about is the environmental aspects of animal agriculture and how much water and how much land is used to farm cows, to hydrate the cows, and how much food they really eat, and how damaging just animal agriculture is on the environment. And you know, that really affected me as well because I really care about the environment, care about our planet, and I was like, you know what, if I can go vegan and help in some small little way, then let's go. Obviously, if you haven't seen the documentary, definitely would recommend. So in terms of pros and cons of being vegan for almost 5 years, first I'm gonna start out with the pros because I love being positive, you know. The first pro is something that I just kind of talked about, but your knowledge of how you are positively benefiting the animal agriculture industry. Well, obviously you're not funding them, so you're not helping them, but you're helping get rid of that. Your positive impact on the environment and your overall positive impact on your health. Not saying that veganism is the healthiest diet ever, because for me, you know, I am a vegan, but I am also just like a hardcore junk food vegan. I love junk food. I love eating all the macaroni, all the donuts, all the things, and like, I'm not the most fit person in the world, and I am okay with that. I prefer to enjoy life and enjoy sweets than to be a super healthy vegan, and that's fine. Like, I just like my junk food, you know? I do feel like in a lot of ways eating the vegan alternative to something is a lot healthier than eating the non-vegan alternative. For example, a lot of non-vegans will argue that, oh, well, like, the Beyond Burger is really unhealthy. It is unhealthy. It is not health food. You are not going to eat the Beyond Burger and lose weight and be this healthy person, but it is significantly healthier than eating just a red meat beef burger. Like, it's definitely healthier than that. It's not the healthiest choice in the world. But yeah, I think just the knowledge of knowing that you are making better choices for everything. Something really great that I noticed when I went vegan is that I never ever really have a problem with pooping. I poop all the time, every day. It's like no problem. And yeah, it's just great. I mean, I probably poop too much is the thing because I'm eating so much fiber. But yeah. I have no problems with pooping. And when I talk about health benefits, these are solely health benefits that I have had. I think something that I've seen happen with some vegan YouTubers that they really want people to go vegan, and so they will say things like, veganism will make you lose weight and veganism will make you... No, it won't necessarily do those things for you. It can help. It can definitely help, but it's not like guaranteed for everybody. Everybody's got a different body. The next pro is definitely the vegan community. I love the vegan community. I love the vegans that follow me and that I interact with on social media. Just so many badass people who are so cool. We've all been connected because we're vegan. I've just met so many cool people that are vegan. I'm really grateful for the community, and it's just awesome. Like, 99% of vegans I meet are just like the coolest people ever, and I love it so much. So the next thing that I really noticed when I went vegan is that veganism definitely does help me avoid eating a lot of unhealthy things. So for example, you're at a party and there's just like so many sweets and you just know that you're vegan and none of those sweets are vegan. Definitely helps you if you're someone that struggles with like just going somewhere and grazing on food, which would always happen to me and still happens to me because now that I live in Los Angeles, obviously we're in coronavirus time, so no parties happening now. But, you know, before then, you would go to a party or you would go to some kind of event and there'd just be like vegan donuts and you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat all these. But veganism has definitely helped me avoid a lot of unhealthy snacking and eating of just like donuts and cakes and things. Okay guys, we're moving on to the cons list. The cons list. Don't want to be negative, but there are some cons to being vegan. I just thought I would openly, honestly talk about them in this video. So the first con is just something maybe that's more relatable to me, but I have kind of fallen down the hole of just like only wanting to eat vegan junk food when I really need to make sure that I eat my salads and I eat my fruit and all of that stuff, because I love vegetables, I love fruit. I just sometimes just go down the hole where I'm like, let's have only Beyond Burgers and only creamy pasta dishes for every meal. Like, what's wrong with that? Everything is wrong with that. But yeah, sometimes if you, and this obviously can happen with any diet, I just thought that I would throw this in there because sometimes junk food vegans have a bad rep, but I'm like, everybody has their junk food moments. But yeah, sometimes you can fall down the trap of just wanting to eat junk food and fast food because there's just so many good options available, especially I feel like in Los Angeles and in the United States. I mean, pretty much every grocery store is expanding. I remember when I first went vegan, people were talking about how there's barely any vegan options at Walmart, and now Walmart has like so many of the fake meats and Gardein and all that stuff. So it's just like, yes. But yeah, it's definitely easier to get your hands on some vegan junk, and you just want to make sure if you're junk food vegan, okay, I'm just reminding you to maybe eat some fruit today or some vegetables. Okay, so another con of being a vegan, more specifically a vegan on the internet, is that there are a lot of trolls that come for you. There's literally dedicated anti-vegan groups, there's dedicated anti-vegan YouTubers. I remember when I made a video talking about my health problem that I had, I was flooded my Instagram DMs, my YouTube comments, even just on unrelated videos, people commenting on how terrible I looked because I was vegan, and how, you know, the reason why I had this health condition was because I was vegan, and telling me that I deserve to not be able to have kids because I was vegan, I was gonna raise vegan kids, it's gonna be terrible. It's like, I just don't understand all of that hate. I mean, just really doesn't make any sense to me. So sometimes you can be a target to vegan trolls. My best advice would just be to block them. I mean, it's not really worth it to argue with them. Everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. It's just that some people will take that out on you in an interesting way. But yeah, everybody is entitled to have their own opinion, and you can't get everyone to agree with you. That's fine. But yeah, it is a con that you will have trolls come for you if you are a vegan on the internet. Another con is that there are definitely some times when it's difficult to be vegan while you are traveling. For example, you travel to a country where maybe you don't really know the language, and you're not really sure how to communicate that you need a vegan option when you're at a restaurant. Obviously in advance, it's just important that you plan for that. So if you're going to be on an airplane, make sure you know if you're allowed to bring food or not, what food you're allowed to bring. And if you're going to a country, you know, maybe just ask some people, if you know anyone in your life that speaks the language of the country you're going to, ask them how to say, oh, I don't eat meat, or I don't eat meat and dairy, and be able to say that, or just know how to say vegan, or just know what vegan options there are in the country you're going to. You'll have to do some research in advance, which can be annoying, but I mean, I feel like it's not really that big of a deal. Usually people plan before they travel anyways, but yeah, that is just something to keep in mind. There can also be times where it's difficult to get a vegan option when you are working. For example, for me, I do, you know, I do YouTube and all those things, live streaming, but I also do acting when I'm able to. And what's nice about being on sets is that they normally feed you, but at times it can be hard to get a vegan option. So a lot of the times, just because we do live in LA and a lot of people are vegan, there is a dedicated vegan option, which is awesome. But sometimes there's not, and usually I just pack a sandwich. I have just like a go-to veggie sandwich that I make, really easy, really cheap, and just bring that with me in case there isn't a vegan option. The next con is I have noticed that when you are a vegan, people have this idea of what vegans are supposed to look like. You know, vegans are supposed to be thin, you know, not have a lot of acne, that kind of thing. And not saying that that's true at all, but that is the idea that some people have about vegans. And so there can be body shaming towards vegans, which is always uncomfortable, you know. It's just like, why you gotta be so rude? Like, we are all beautiful in our own way, like nothing wrong with being thinner or thicker. Everybody's body is different, everyone's metabolism is different, and that is what makes us all beautiful and different. It's just cool. I love that there's so many different body types. But yeah, you just gotta remember when you get comments like that, that doesn't mean anything about your worth. You're still beautiful, it's just an ignorant person. So sorry, my battery died, so if we're back and there's some differences in the lighting, that is why. The final con that I really wanted to mention was that there are some toxic aspects in the vegan community, and it's not that all of the vegan community is bad or anything, because the vegan community is awesome, but there are some things that, you know, I talk about with trolls and that kind of thing. There are those kinds of trolls in the vegan community. You know, there are people in the vegan community that really gatekeep on things that aren't very necessary. You know, of course, obviously, if someone is eating non-vegan or doing something that's not vegan, I feel like it's okay to call them out or to ask them about it. But you know, especially in the past, I feel like there was a lot of gatekeeping around, you know, oh, if you eat junk food, you're not vegan, or if you don't ride a bike, you're not vegan, if you're not a raw vegan, you're not vegan, if you don't look this way, you're not vegan. It's like, no, I feel like veganism should be inclusive. It should be accepting of people's lifestyles and differences. And I feel like if you find yourself in a situation where you are talking to vegans, or you're trying to join some kind of vegan group or something, meet other vegans, and you find that you just feel like something is off, just know that there are awesome vegans out there, and that it's important that you don't listen to the people who are gatekeeping for no good reason and who are maybe spreading toxic beliefs and ideologies. And yeah, just know that not all vegans think like that, and that not all of the vegan community is like that. There are just some people that maybe are a bit more toxic than others, and it's okay to stay away from them and avoid them. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this chit-chatty type of video. I hope it answered some questions that you have if you're curious about thoughts from someone who has been vegan for almost 5 years. Thank you so much to anybody that has asked me questions on Instagram. I really appreciate it. If you're not already following me, make sure to please subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up if you have not already, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to discuss with you guys, answer any questions, all of that stuff. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, sonia.elsie. I do pretty much daily live streaming on Bigo Live. My username is sonia.elsie. I do singing and stuff on there as well. We have lots of fun. Check out my ASMR channel, Sonia.elsie ASMR, and check out my vlog channel, Sonia's Vlogs. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful rest of your day. If you watched until the end of the video, comment 5-year vegan gang, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, love you guys. Bye.